today, me and Miss Jewel have some special guests.
Hey.
We are bringing in the men today to talk about trading and trading as couples. Give y'all some information on how, if that's something that you have thought about doing or have questions or want to know how it works out. We're here today to answer those questions.
Yes. We are
And
here with our significant others talking about trading and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. So go ahead, Ms. Verna. Go ahead.
okay, so I will start it off. How was it starting your trading journey, doing it together, like the learning process?
Well, honestly, we call him Millionaire Jones in our group. He actually introduced the opportunity to me. He introduced it to me. And of course I was very I let people know my story. I was very reluctant. Like I was like thought it just couldn't be, there's no way that you can make money from your cell phone. And I just didn't understand it because I was working I was working a job and being a therapist. And actually I was just like, wasn't really, I wanted to make more money. I wanted to learn how to do it, but I just didn't understand the how to do it. And so when he presented it to me, I was like, okay, I knew it was something for real that, he was showing me, but I just didn't believe it. I guess because I just believed that you could make money from your cell phone. So as time goes on, I joined the community and I started to actually learn how to trade, learning. So it was very hard for me because he was my coach. So
Okay.
he was coaching me through this process. And he could tell you, he probably gonna tell you I think it was harder for him because he learns differently than I do.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm very he calls me a career student because I went to school. I was constantly in school, constantly just, oh, let me go get another degree. Let me go get another certification. Let me go get this. Let me go get, like he was like, man, you just really love school, don't you? And I was like, no, they told me I got to do it. They said, and then he'll say, man, who was they? Who was they?
Yeah.
So did y'all study, like when you was going through the process and you was learning like about support and resistance and all that, did y'all study that together or did you do that on your own?
No. He'll tell you, I tried to, so the support and resistance was the hardest thing for me. Like, and so I have to write things down. I have to see them. I was very analytical. Like I try to dissect and I try to dissect the support and resistance. Like, well, why do I have to put that line there? Or why do I have to do that? And I think I kind of made him mad. And he was like, nah, can't do this. Can't do that. He'll tell you the story behind the support and resistance the day I called him crying because I just couldn't get it. And I think he'll tell you a story about that one.
I'll listen to his story. I'll share ours.
But yeah, I had to, for me, it was either she gonna get it or she gonna get on. Like, I mean, that's just what I was thinking in my head. Like, she gonna get it or she gonna get it or she gonna get on. Like, that's it. But yeah, I was like, she loved to go to school, and I just didn't. I'm somebody who I never understood school. I went to school, but I never really understood school because I just didn't think that someone who made $30,000 a year could show me how to make money. I didn't understand school. Like, why would, like, no. So but she was like, oh, I gotta go and get this, and then I gotta go and get that, and then I gotta go and get this, whatever. So in my head, I was like, man, you know what? I like her a lot, but man, I don't know if the school and the job thing is gonna work for me because I was like, man, like that's what she wants to do, right? And I was like, man, nah. And I told my mom this before. I said, man, I don't think I could be with a woman who has a real job because
Really?
I was, because I was out of town. Like I had went out of town with the young lady, and no, I was already out of town. All right, this was some years ago, and this when I was playing basketball, and I was also selling coffee and doing other things. And yeah, I think it was like on a Sunday. And she was like, "We got to get back," and I said, "Who told you that? Who told you that we got to get back? You came out here like I was already here." So who told you that we got to get back? No, you got to go back. I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm free. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, no, I don't know if I can do that because how I move and how I maneuver is not the way that a person who has a job moves. And like I said, when I introduced this to her, she was school, work, school, work, school, work. And I introduced her to her, and she was having a issue with support and resistance, and she was just crying and crying. I said, "Man, listen, man, like you can quit, just quit."
No, he telling the truth. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I said, quit, man. Like I
Mhm.
mean, you can just quit then. All
Mhm.
right. And no, I don't want to quit. I don't want to quit and everything. But I knew she wasn't gonna quit because that's just not who she is.
Mhm.
Anybody who can go to school for 18 years, there's no quitting. Like you, they just
Right.
won't quit because she didn't understand the first 8 years of school wasn't gonna work. But so yeah, there's just no quit in her. So when I told her that, man, she was like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna quit." And that's when it kind of clicked for her, and she was like, "Oh, I gotta do this, and then I gotta do that." But the same time I told her to quit, I kind of got better at supporting resistance also. Like with those extra lines that I draw now, I
Mhm.
remember showing her like, look at this. Now look at that. Now look at this. See how I stopped here? And then she was like, oh, I see it.
Mhm.
Now it's like stairs. Now it's like this. But
Mhm.
yeah, I helped her out. And with me saying what I said, it helped me out also.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
make sense? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That was pretty much
Mhm.
the same thing with us. He caught on to the support and resistance fast, and we pulled it up on our big TV. He had to pull it up,
Mhm.
like I couldn't see it on the computer. I needed you to like,
We
he
put it on
pulls it
essentially
on, and he's standing up there like, okay, so you see this? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, we had the lines and everything, and he had to break it down to me a few.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was what our journey was in the beginning. He kind of broke everything down for me. You got anything to
Mhm.
say?
Yeah, that was a funny because he when he told me to quit, I was crying. Like I was in tears because I was struggling. Like I was struggling with life at the time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was the thing because I'm usually a quick learner. I usually get things like that. And
Mhm.
I was stuck, and then I was accomplishing small goals, but I just didn't know why I was, if that makes sense. I was accomplishing a goal, but it didn't make sense of why I was accomplishing it. Like I was
Mhm.
doing like how our mentor is having the system set up. So I was
Mhm.
accomplishing the goals, but I was like, but it's still not making sense to me. Like
Oh,
I
okay.
don't. I'm getting $1. I'm getting my
Mhm.
10 cent. I'm getting my 1,000%, but why does this supposed to do that? And I had to start my demo over 2 or 3 times because
Mhm. Mhm.
when I got to the middle, that's when I really should have learned, and that's when it was getting harder for me because I was like, and I just didn't understand it, so I was just kind of trying to fidget my way through it, and I blew my account a couple times
Mhm.
during that demo process. That's why you demo, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
because I would have been upset if it was like
Oh,
real money. Oh
absolutely.
my goodness. That's why I don't understand why people, when you got people that, like you say, because we talk about this every week, how people are getting into these, IML, or they get into with these recruiters, and they all of it, they get you in like doing real money. And I'm like, how, like, what you
Mhm.
doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, how
Mhm.
you don't know what to do.
You're right.
Mhm.
that was one of
Like,
the
you
best
don't know
things.
what to do.
Yeah, that was one of the best things that Clarence came out with that I've never heard any other person say is get in your demo first.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then when you see it, then when you see you for sure all confirmations are met, then get in your line.
Yeah.
Nobody heard anybody say that. It's just get in and try to make your money, and then you next thing you know, I'm mad at you because you had me get in, and look, we both lost.
Oh,
So that was one of the best things that Clarence has said. Get in your demo, use that demo.
Yeah, I never heard of that either. But I mean, I never heard of forex. But even with him, I never even just other people that I see trade. They don't talk about demo. Like they don't talk about demo accounts. They don't talk about that. So I was like, dang, he's the only one that's doing that. Like,
That's what makes it so successful with him, because he follow that plan.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong in demo, and it's give you all that money to just play with, So
yeah, exactly. I'm balling out.
That was perfect.
Right.
It was perfect. And like
I got 100,000. I'm balling.
right. But with your thing about you always being a student, that's what Daisy said. Student always.
Yeah. And she like I said, I was going to say he helped me, and I'm not gonna lie, we piggyback off each other. I think once I crossed that big hurdle of support and resistance, then it was like, okay, now you got the juice. Now let's get busy. Let's get busy. Yeah, let's get busy. And I mean, since then we've been getting busy. So it's like, yeah, we gotta get it. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you telling me to quit. I don't think he probably could have told somebody else that, because they probably would have been like, quit.
Yeah, he knew. Yeah. Now, did you have a question?
Oh yeah. So I was gonna ask you, I know we talked about this. We were talking about like trading and how, different styles of trading. So do you guys have, because him and I have two totally different trading styles. And we get to the meat. But like I say, I try to help him with certain things. Like we help each other. So he's not a big writer. Like he doesn't write. Like I'm trying to get him to write stuff down. Like he don't like to write. But you tell him something, it's like he got a memory, or he got a mental Rolodex. Like, amazing. Like amazing. So some stuff he can hear it. And he, like this morning, we were talking about actually a guy that helped raise him. We had like a little session this morning. We were talking about some things out the Bible, just some things about success. And he heard something, and he was able to repeat it back to me within like, he was like, oh, he was like, what did he say? Then he just said, oh yeah, and I was like, you just heard that? Like I gotta write it down. I gotta look at it. So when it came down to trading, I kept like a trading journal, and I kept all the things or whatever. But like I have to write things down. I'm very analytical about my trading, and I'm very patient with it. And I'm just like, I gotta wait for it. I gotta wait for it. Millionaire Jones be like, nah, I'll get in there.
Nah.
It must be a man thing. It must be a man thing. So what makes you feel confident enough to get in Millionaire Jones? Like, because I'm same way. I have to wait.
I mean, what I learned is the same thing that you see on the 15-minute, you can see on the 5. And the same move that you're looking for on that 15-minute, like on that 15-minute, when you see engulfing counter that go down for 30 quick pips, and it's like, oh, that whole candle gave me that right there. Well, nah, man, on the 5-minute, it gave me 3 5-minute candles. I already got it. So once I understood, and once I actually knew that I could actually get into a trade on that 5-minute time frame, and it go down there, and then I can already get me 25 30 pips, and then it goes down, hits a support, and then retrace on that 15-minute. Now I said, oh, they in trouble. I said, man, they in trouble now. And really, you know what, I didn't even tell her this, but I told her this last week, and she said the same thing. Dude, they in trouble. She said the same thing I said. Okay. She said, they in trouble for real. I said, yeah, man. So y'all the only two people who I even told this to. All right. So once I understood that, and once I knew it, once I understood, once it goes down to that support, and it goes there just a little bit, and then retrace, but I can already get that money. And as it's retracing, he starts to open up just a little bit. So I understand on that next 15-minute candle, when it does give me a engulfing, and then that other candle, oh man, now I got a chance to give me another 25 or 30.
I was gonna say, now you're pulling up that stretcher, right?
Yeah, you gotta know that.
Stretch out.
Yeah, exactly. But she actually helped me out with my patients too. But once I saw that, man, the same piece is coming on that 5-minute also. The same piece. So once I understood that, oh man, it's like it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. That's why I was able to get in Tracy. She was like, man, why would you already be in there? And I would never say nothing. I was like, man, I saw it. I just saw it.
We that same way.
But he's
I'm
a scalper.
I got patience,
And
but like you said, when I see it, I'm not waiting. When I see what I'm supposed to be seeing, what I'm confirming, I'm in.
I'm
all
like,
about
let's see it.
And I'll be like, I've been in there for like 10
I know,
minutes
and I'm
already.
like, you didn't tell me.
That's another thing. And I have to get better with it, because like one time, I can't think it was. See, he trades Great Britain USD, like that's his baby.
I like that one.
I can't, and it's so weird. I can't trade that, but if he's trading, if he analyzes it and breaks it down, I'll trade it, because I know he follows it. Like I like UCAD. He don't like it because he say it moves too slow, but I can dissect it. But one time it was getting ready in the morning. I was like, yeah. I was looking at a trade and I got in it, and I didn't tell him about it. Like I got in it, I got my money, and I got the shout. Like I was ready. And so as the day went on, then he was like, oh yeah, man, it's gonna come down. It's gonna go. I was like, hey, guess what? I got it already.
that was GBP NZD. That was last week.
And so he got in it. But there been times where I've gotten in trades and he'd be like, why you ain't tell me? You got in that trade, And it's not because I just, like
in the moment.
I was in the moment, because we do have like a slight competition when it come down to this kind
we do too. That's one of our questions. But
because I hear her either close out a trade, and I'm like, what you getting in?
What you just did? Yep.
Yeah.
Get out. I mean, what you getting out?
And see, guess what? I started putting, if you're on silent, you can't hear the little close thing. But his be loud. Like his be loud. Be like, what you just traded? What you got in?
What
that's just my demo.
Nah.
The same way she'll be getting out. I got out. When did you get in something? I've been sitting next to you the whole time. You ain't told me nothing.
Oh, I got $50. I got $100. Yeah, I got $100. Man, why you ain't really? So, all right, then. Next thing I know, I hear that little ching noise, that little, I was like, okay, he getting in the trade now. He getting in something.
But he's definitely a scalper, and I'm more of a day trader. Like I can stay in a few hours. Of course, when it does it in 15 minutes, I'm happy, but I can stay in a little longer. And in the beginning, his patience wasn't. So that's why we would go back and forth, because I'm like, well, and then sometimes I would tell him, and we both, I was getting in too early and he was getting in too early. And because his patience, I'm like, it's going to turn around. It's going to turn around. It's going to turn around. And he like, I'm out. So then he lost money. And I'm like, look, see, I told you it turned around. Look, I'm making money. Like, so, and then he's like, don't tell me no more. Don't tell me no more when you get in trade. I do my thing. You do your thing.
And she was constantly getting in trades and I was losing money.
It was.
But she ended up getting out too. I don't blame. I lost too. I'm like,
because we look, we try to motivate each other. We have like we follow like a chart and we try to, do it. And let me tell you, it's so funny because like we'll be making money. Like we'll be both, we good. Like what you make? What you got today? What you got today? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? When we getting it. Ooh, but that moment that you lose, you don't hear nothing no more.
Yeah.
Like you don't hear nothing about no screenshots. We don't see no
No.
praise each other. You don't say nothing. And you know that if you don't say nothing, you like, yeah, he lost something. I lost something. Like,
But
dang.
that's a good thing
So-
though, when
What you want to say, Darrell?
go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead. Oh, I was gonna
No.
say, well, that's the thing that, you know, keeping it real when people come on, whether it's
Yeah.
couples or not, you know, people that know how to trade, they lose. You
Yeah.
can lose at this.
Yeah.
You're not always gonna win. So you're gonna have losses, but you gotta have the patience to do that. And that's what's grown over time for us. Cause I was like, well, first off, I want my money now. I can't wait all day. I can't wait all week. I ain't gonna be in nothing. I'm gonna be letting it go all the time. I want mine now. 30, 50,
Yeah.
50, boom, done, out, boom, out, boom, out. I might get in and out maybe 4 or 5 times, but I can't sit there and just wait for something to take all day long. I can't do that. But I learned a lot of patience from Berna because she's the patient one out of the two of us. So she said, babe, just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait and wait. It's gonna do this, and I'll wait. I'm like, okay, I got it. So now she's the more of the writer. I'm like him. I can hear it, and then I see it, and I'm locked in. I'm good. But her, she does more the writing, more the technology, the analyzing.
Analyzing, yeah.
Yeah, and so I'll be learning stuff from her even now, even like last week. I'm like, well, babe, what did y'all do there? Because I ain't, seen that. And she broke it down to me. I said, well, I'm gonna add that to my chart. And so now,
Yeah.
Yep.
so it works. So we really bounce off of each other a lot, but she really more teaches me some new things because I'm set in my ways. But anytime something new comes out and she puts me down with it, it works. That's my buddy.
There you go. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. I love it. I love it.
I think it's good to have a partner because, like, even when I don't have a good day, and he's like, "You remember what they say? You can't have no emotions." And I'm like, "But like, because it used to be a point where I was constantly missing trade, like literally going to sleep on my money, and I wake up like, oh my gosh, it dropped 100 pips, and I had this because I don't like to do depending. I like market execution. So when I missed it, I would be in tears. And he's like, what they say, it's another bus coming, stop getting so upset. So that's why I think it's good to have someone to
bounce some
bounce
frustrations
those-
off.
yeah, 'cause-
Emotions.
Yeah.
So how do y'all deal with that?
Man, frustrations coming from somebody from Louisiana, that's like a Harry Potter book. It's gonna be, it's gonna be long. Man, folks from Louisiana, cause they get to talking about trading. They get to talking about the Avon lady didn't come by the house.
Oh,
They get to talking about everything. So it's I'm gonna listen because I'm understanding that man, she wanted to get to that money. And she'd be like, I knew it. I knew it was gonna do it. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Listen, like, I don't know if you spoke another language, or I don't know, but I can understand that you're mad. You know what I mean? But again, what do I say? Yeah, it left this area. It's gonna come back around to that area. It's gonna either come back around to that area on a 15-minute, but a bigger move is gonna come back when it goes to that 1 hour 50 EMA. When it comes to that 50 EMA on that 1 hour and it bounce off of it, you got some more action. Like it's gonna come. But yeah, it's if she loses, well, she's not gonna say it if she lost nothing. Just like I'm not gonna say.
Sometimes I have sometimes.
She'll just know, like if she say range, I say, no, I ain't trading nothing in the past 2 or 3 weeks. Cause I go 2 or 3 weeks and I'm not gonna look at nothing. Like I don't
really?
Yeah,
I'll just practice.
Oh, you
practice,
do
practice.
that.
Yeah, because I know, man, I understand and I know what I'm looking at. If you give me a good week of trading could change your life.
Yeah.
So I'm understanding what's going on. So if I don't trade for 3 weeks, a month, or whatever, I'm just practicing. I'm just seeing what's going on. I know that money coming. I know that it's coming. So I don't even worry about what somebody doing. Oh man, you need to do this to be successful. Man, how you know?
Right.
Mhm,
I don't know.
Everybody's different.
mhm.
Yeah, so
and that,
man,
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
no,
Oh, you go.
yeah, go ahead.
But yeah,
Bless.
bless you. But
Bless
yeah,
you.
that's
Thank you.
it's like I say, like I'm like when he's patient when it comes down to that kind of stuff. Like he gonna
Mhm,
trade. I can't.
mhm.
I gotta trade. And I mean, because what I do is, and I guess that's the organized person. Like I have a to-do list, and I try to accomplish
Your
something
goal.
he's on that list. Now, if I
Mhm.
can't, now if there's nothing in the market, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
force trade. Now,
yeah.
that's one thing I don't do. I don't force trade.
Right.
Mhm.
But like I say, I can wait all day. Like I like UCAD.
Mhm.
And sometimes UCAD will give you 50 pips in
Mhm.
15, 20 minutes. Sometimes it take 50 hours to get,
Right.
but yeah, but I do know this. When I see that consolidation with UCAD, I said, "Ooh,
You
it's
know
coming.
it's gonna be a
It's
breakout.
coming one way or
It's
the other.
coming.
It's coming.
It's
Right.
coming." But I I'm I guess I'm a person like him. Like he could go weeks and he's gonna practice. He's gonna
Mhm.
practice. I'm going to at least. I'm a trade. I'm a find.
Yeah.
If I can't find one of my pair, I'm gonna trade. But like the I call it the calm
Yeah.
before the storm, the silence.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, we both lost. Like we ain't saying nothing. Like oh, yeah, you ain't trading how many days? He was like, yeah. Then I say something like, oh, well, I just dang, he know what I'm saying, what I'm doing, and he could just tell by the because we try to motivate each other, like we try to read and try to our minds and things of
Mhm.
that, like try to put that positive things into our brains about the
Mhm.
trading. And when there's something does go wrong, and I've had a bad week, I've had a bad 2 weeks, like when the
Mhm.
baby was new, like new.
Mhm. Mhm.
I was so frustrated, like
Yeah.
I couldn't do nothing. And you know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't trade. And then like I'll see moves. Like I'll
Yeah.
see for real moves, and I'll be like,
Mhm.
man, I just
Mhm.
missed 50 pips. I just missed it. And he's
Mhm.
always a person that said, Benju, you don't never miss money. It's
Right.
gonna come,
That's
whatever it
smart.
leaves, it's gonna come back. It's gonna
Mhm.
come back to it.
Mhm.
And I had to put that in my mind. I said, you know what? I'm gonna just practice, and I'm not gonna trade. I'm gonna get my mind right, and I'm gonna get set up. And I was telling him, man, I got a number. And
Mhm.
they know I got a number. I
Mhm.
give you that number. All it's gonna take is one trade for this lot
Mhm.
size. Like all it's gonna take,
Mhm.
and it's gonna take off.
Mhm.
I told him, I said, I'm gonna be on social media I told y'all I'm gonna be on there with the stacks of money, like, yeah, wiping my face. But but he's good. Like he's patient when it comes down to that stuff. Like he's very patient and helping me be like, nah, it's gonna come back around, because like I say, I'm emotional in that, and I'm like you. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, like, man, this is, and then it'll mess up my whole day. Like
Yeah.
it'll mess up my whole day, and he'll see my face be long as a filing cabinet. Like he'll just know that, oh yeah, she had a bad trade, so he'll try
Mhm.
to, man, look, it's gonna come back around. It's gonna come back around. I'll be like, but I I knew better, and that's the thing.
Right.
Like sometimes I know better to not get in trades, and he'd be like, why did you get in it? Like that it was gonna come down to the
Mhm.
area. Why would you even, like, why didn't you just wait for the retracement? And I'd be like,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Oh, he hates that word. He hate when I say it's just a retest or it's just a retrace. There you go again with that retest and that retest. He hates that word.
Yeah.
Do y'all ever let me see. Do you ever disagree on trades, like as far as like confirmations? Like you may see a
I'm
confirmation.
saying, do we ever disagree on confirmations?
not not so much as confirmations. I disagree on the waiting part. On the waiting
Mm-hmm.
part, the confirmations are the confirmations. The piece
Mm-hmm.
and candles underneath. Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
solid. That's
Mm-hmm.
solid. But how she looks at her MACD and how I look at
Mm-hmm.
mine is two different things.
Totally different.
It's two
Mm-hmm.
different ways. She gonna wait for the whole deal to come underneath the MACD and all that, and Clarence will tell you, Clarence even tell you this. I'm somebody who I go back and forth from different time frames.
I do
15-5,
too.
15-5, 15-30. I'm gonna go back and forth from each one. And but yeah, but the confirmation and the strategy, that's solid. Like that right there can't be broken.
Right.
But yeah, but you know, just her way of just being patient and man saying, I'm just waiting. And when she can get in and she'll lean back. But I get in, I on a computer. I'm like, man, let me see what's about to happen. Let me see. I'm looking at everything. She say something. Don't say nothing. Be quiet. No, nah. But she'll get in there and she'll just lean on back. No, I'm like him. I want that money right now. Let me go ahead. Let me get out of there. And oh nah, man, I've been got that money. Oh yeah, but yeah, that's how it be.
Y'all argue on confirmations?
Oh,
I wouldn't say argue, but
we'll
I
argue
see,
about it, but it's like that. I'll get in, and she's still waiting.
and I'm still like that. It has.
And she'll be like, "Why you get in? You should wait for that
candle."
candle." And I'm not waiting on no candle. I see it. I
Yeah.
see it. I'm in.
Them candles, yeah, that's him too. Like that was him the other day. I waited for a candle. I was like, nah. He was like, so you mean to tell me you wait for this? It was a trade that I already had formed, right? It was like already I had made his money, and I think he missed it. I can't remember. I think he missed it. That particular that right there. So I was like, I would wait. He said, but man, Jewel, you see. You could go to Hakanashi, you see, you know what I'm saying? We go
right, you see the moment.
Oh no. That was GBP USD because what happened was this.
Oh,
It broke through. Now this was
probably.
Yeah, this was last Thursday. Last Thursday morning.
Oh, I think I might.
3 o'clock in the morning. All right. This was GJ.
DJ.
All right. GJ broke through a support. All right. Then 2 candles broke through support. And I saw it. I said, oh, it's game time. And the lot size that I put down, okay. Oh my goodness. It went to an area and it retraced. I said, oh, I know you ain't gonna do me like this. And I saw that, man, it's about to retrace now, man. Oh, but by the time I said that, I was down by so many. I was like, my money was like, I was down. I said, no. So what I did was I looked at it and I went to a 1 hour time frame. And I said, oh, no, it's going to come to right here. And I drew a resistance line right there. I said, oh, it's going to come right here. If it comes to this resistance line and it break, I'm just going to cut my losses. But it went to that resistance line. Yeah, it went to that resistance line and it just stood right there. And I said, oh, I'm good. I'm gonna get this 75 back real quick. Yeah. So it reversed out of that 75, then it came all the way down. Now I'm a positive 20. Now I'm a positive whatever. Now okay. Now guess what? God, I appreciate you. Bye. Close out. Yeah, God, I appreciate you. Close out of there. And then I said, man, I'm gonna go to sleep. Don't talk to me. Yeah, don't talk to me.
But he'll show me a trade after it take and that's what we do. We analyze, and I'm thankful for him for that, because like I say, it's good to actually have somebody, because I call him the supportive resistance king. Like he is a whiz with that supportive resistance, and he, like for real, like after a trade takes, we analyze that trade. Like we'll go back and look at it, and he was like say it's a trade that he didn't take, or he did take, or he may have lost on, or I may have lost on. He was like, so you will wait, because he asked me, like, you mean tell me you gonna wait for that? So I like to say I'll wait for that candle, then I'll wait for that other candle, but I'll wait for that next candle. It got to be completely. I'm talking about. I don't want to touch it. He'll get in, you know. And he'll say, but you got your piece. You got this. You got that. I said, but that candle, man, I gotta have that candle. And that's when he'd be like, oh, okay then. All right. Well, he probably ain't gonna do it, but he's still gonna be like, okay, okay, I guess that makes sense. But then I'll go back and look. I said, but you know what, Jarrell? I think I might would have gotten that one because you do got all your confirmation, you know, but it's just the market do that fake out sometime, and and that was the important thing that we always try to tell you, like, you trading, you learn, like, you gotta learn how to trade.
Yeah.
Like, you literally gotta learn how to trade, because if I didn't know nothing about fake outs and all these things that, like, Mr. Morano, like, you know, like the word retest and retracement, like, but it's for real, like, because I never knew about those things. And that was one of the things in the beginning: retest, retracement, support and resistance. Like, I thought retracement and retest was the same thing. I thought maybe it was real quick. You could have a retracement or retest. I'm sorry, retest for 3 hours.
Go and come all the way back up to that.
Like, I literally have had a trade where, like, the same thing, got in a trade, went down, and I was like, okay, and I knew. And see, this is the thing. I have a bad thing. Like, I said my take profit. And he always tell me do this. He said, once you see that green light come up on the side, girl, close out that trade. Like, he's like, close it out. And I'm like, but no, I got a goal. Like, my goal is to get to like 25 pips. Like, say I'm short, you know, because it'll start going in the green. And what it does for me, it'll go green and it'll come in and start retracing. And then when you start seeing it go back and forth, like up, down, up, down. He said, close it out. I'm like, no, it's gonna hit I'm telling you, it's gonna hit it. It's gonna hit it. Man, I didn't have a trade go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth like that, and went pew with the other way. And now I'm sitting there sick. And he said, did you close out the trade? And I'm like, yeah, I closed it out. No, I didn't close it out, and I didn't lost all my money.
Right.
He's like, that's what I'm saying, learning how to trade and learning, like, that support, learning how to do that. Like, you have to learn, and you have to, like I said, even if you don't have anybody, if you don't trade, if you're trading by yourself, you gotta learn how to trade. You gotta be taught how to trade. I never hear like fake outs and engulfing candles and this and that. Like, those things, you have to know what they mean, and just the concept of trading. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all vocabulary. Like, it's all verbiage. You gotta know that verbiage. You gotta understand what that means. And that's how I was saying, like, I was making goals, but I didn't understand, like, what I'm doing this for. Like, I don't understand what you mean to retest. What you mean for resistance? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm making goal, but I don't understand, you know? So, yeah.
So we did the same thing after we started. Like, we went through the whole course with Clarence and ended up going through it again.
Yeah.
We did it again. We went back and through it again. And he was like, no problem. Let's do it all over again. As long as you getting it, you got the time, you want to learn it, then that's good. Let's do it all over again. Let's start out. Get your 10 cents. I mean, we went through the whole thing again. But the second time after that, it was more familiar. So then we was like, okay. Because we was like that. We was like, well, we went through the first thing. We ready. Open up a live account, put my little $100 in there. About another week, I was back starting the course over again. So, but yeah, it was good. Like I said, that studying it's just duplicate. Repetition. Same thing over and over. Yeah. It's not going to change. You might get more confirmations, different confirmations, but a confirmation is a confirmation. It's going to be there. It all depends on how many you want, what you read, how you like it. And like I say, there's people out there that you see some of these charts, these people got 16, 18 different things on that chart. I'm like, you see all that. You could just use just support and resistance by itself and be profitable.
Yeah.
You got to study to learn how to read that support and resistance. Like he said, you got it down pat. Boom. And that's my thing. I support and resist. I like the MACD. I use the MACD, but I don't go no further than that. That's it for me. And when I see that, and when I'm seeing this turning, it's going, and like I said, when it goes down, you want to get those extra, you know, you said you want that 10 extra pips is coming. That's where my goal. But then it stopped right there and it just starts going up and down. I'm out. I'll catch another trade because they come right, they coming 24/7. They come.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's the way we do it. That's where I do it. And then she'll get upset because for us, midnight, we in bed. We ready to go to sleep. but that's when stuff's starting to take off.
So I'm up.
So
I got
Oh,
my computer
at
over
y'all
here.
time. Because it's 3 o'clock here for us. So yeah.
yeah,
That's
so it's like,
takes off for us too. Yeah.
yeah, so we try to stay up sometimes, but then sometimes we be like literally, she sets her alarm.
I have alerts.
She sets them alerts. I'm up and down all night because of those alerts. I'm sleeping good. Next thing you know, ding, 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 ding.
It's Verna be up. I be seeing her. She be up. She be up.
She be up. And the bad part about it is, soon she lay back down and turn over.
Another one.
Boom. I'm like, really? Come on, man. How many alerts you got set up?
I said all my pairs.
They all set up.
Because sometimes they all take off at the same time. And I'm like, then I gotta see which one looks the best. Because I'm like, oh, if I'm only gonna get this many, I'm not gonna get in that one. But this one got a what? Yeah, we about to go all in.
Jarrell say he got his alerts. He got his alerts going off too.
Because in the morning we'll get up and I'm like, wait a minute, them alerts done went off 8-9 times, and she ain't got in nothing.
Sometimes,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, what was we doing with all the alerts going off and you ain't got in nothing? And you told me to get nothing, so I know you ain't got in nothing. So what we up and down for all night? And in the morning time, she'd be like, oh, I missed it. Oh, I had the baby. Alert. How did you miss it?
You had 9 alerts on there. How you missed it?
And that whole day, she was like talking about, oh my God, I missed them. Oh, man. You set the alert.
Because I set it for the breakthrough. But then, you have to wait for it to retest. And you wait for the next candle. And sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it actually comes back down. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit up and I'm just gonna wait. I won't set another alert. And I'll sit up. And then those are the ones I end up falling asleep on. I don't wake up. And then I wake up and it's like,
you put the pips on you.
I think we're kind of adjusting with that now.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
used to
good.
the alerts, and I'm used to her getting up and back up and down, up and down, up and down. And if she tell me to get in something, I'm up, I'm looking, because if she getting into it, I'm getting into it. We ain't trying to waste no money. So,
I know that's right.
I get up.
He's an alert king too. Like he set alerts, like he'll set alarm alerts and everything too. So
they're
does.
good to have. I mean, if you setting up and you
I
waiting for that
set mine
setup
to go up or go down. That's why when we have our trainings and he's like, buy or sell, I'm like, I'm setting it for both. So
yeah.
I understand. We the same way. So yeah.
So with your schedule,
I got the 15. I got the trading view where I pay a little money to every time the EMAs cross on the, and I got mine set up for the 5-minute and the 15-minute. So if it, and then I have it to where I do GU, GA, GJ. I do everything that I like. So if I get an alert, I know if I get an alert about 5 p.m., ain't nothing going on.
Right,
it's just
right.
It's not going on. But if I get one about 1 a.m., man, let me see what's happening. Because chances are I may have some action that I may need to sit up for or whatever. So I got it on the 5-minute and the 15-minute. If I get an alert on the 5-minute and then it turns around, then it alerts me on the 15-minute, it was some peace on that 5-minute. Now it's trying to retrace and then come on with the 15-minute. So now I'm saying, oh, okay, yeah, let me go ahead and see what's going on. But that's worth it. That extra 14 to me, that extra 14 to me worth way more than go get you a swipe trade. So
right.
It's way more worth it to be for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, with you guys' time frames, do you like say, Jewel, if you home and you see a trade and he's out, do you like text him or call him and say, hey, you need to check this out, check out this?
We do that.
That's what we do. I'll be driving down the street. Next thing you know, she's like, babe, you need to check out something. I'm driving down the street. You need to check out what's. I'm like, all right, hang up. Boom. And I'm looking at it. I
even mark up the chart. What I do is that, and he's helped me, and thank you, because he helped me mark up that chart. Like I'm telling you, like I can mark it up on the I'm using even on the scanner at home, and I'll see something, I'll take a picture and send it to him, or I'll go to my MetaTrader 4 on my phone or the iPad and I mark it up, and then I'll send it to him. But if I see something, because like sometimes he is at work in the morning, and I'm at home, and because my baby is in virtual school, so she's at school in the house, and then the little one like either eating or taking a nap or something. So I usually can see certain things. That New York session, like you're okay. Like I was like, oh, look at this, and he go and look at it, and you know what I'm saying. And so we definitely do that. Like if he's out too, and he's like got some downtime, and he'll say, hey, go check out such and such. Like so, what we do is like we do the New York session, but then like we're starting because I used to trade like each session, like
and I heard people talk about that, but I can't. Maybe I'm not paying attention.
I used to be, huh?
The Asian session works for y'all?
Yeah.
Okay.
It used to, like I said, I used to trade during the Asian session, but what we would do is we would actually get those setups prior to the New York session closing, and we'll get setups for the Asian session. But sometimes we'll catch it, sometimes we won't. And it was harder because that's like around dinner time. That's like trying to get ready to get the babies in bed. So it would be hard. But there have been times where I've actually have caught like GA. I've caught her actually move on it. But one thing I like, sometimes the spread
be outrageous.
Yeah, that's why.
So if he sees something, he'll send it to me. If I see something, I'll send it to him. So we tag team like that, and I think that's always good to have. Somebody. Like okay, because I'll never miss a trade. Because he like the ones that I do know. Like his pairs are mostly London session pairs, but sometimes
do y'all have different pairs that y'all trade?
Yeah. Now we'll I don't trade, like I say, he likes GU. I don't like it. I never, every time I jump in GU, I lose. I've lost. So I just stay away from it. Only time I trade, unless he say, hey, get in this, he'll send me my TP and he'll send me like where to get in.
Right.
Yeah, I traded, but like I like the euro. Like I do like Euro CAD. I do USD CAD, GBP CAD, like GBP CAD. Like he's like, I gotta stay away from that. Like GN. Sometimes GN
that's crazy.
It'll just do a whole lot.
Yeah, you got those pairs that it just don't like me.
And I used to like UJ.
Everything with me is CHF. You got CHF in anything? I'm passing that. It moved too slow. It like just trails. It's just slow.
Yep.
So anything CHF, and I was like that. Every time I got a CHF, I lost. Every time. I ain't never got a trade for CHF, and it came up. So I'm like, no CHF no more. So if I see some, I'm not. No. And they've been lately. The CHF pairs. I don't know what's going on with Swiss, but there's been a lot of stuff coming out with a lot of people getting into Swiss because it's been going up and down. People have been doing good with it, but if I see it, I don't even waste my time. I'm looking for something.
I can't get it.
So what would you?
Me neither. So you're not the only one. Me neither.
So what would you tell a couple starting out, and they want to trade together? What would you give them as far as advice?
I guess the same thing, like just be patient, and I think it's important for the couples to, help motivate each other and be there for each other and like, be a support for each other because everybody has different, trading styles. Everybody has a different way of learning. And I guess if they're starting out, learn way how you trade. Like if you learn how you can trade and that way the other person, how they trade, because the thing is, like you say, that one person may trade a certain way and then the other person may trade a certain way. So once you actually learn the skill and learn how to actually trade, in the foreign exchange, then you guys can, like you say, come together, support each other, help each other out, because I think I think it's a teaching moment for us on certain, and we've been live, we've completed the system, we've completed, and we're educators, and we still have days where we are still learning and we're still going through the process, So I think it's just important for, for couples to actually, and communicate,
Right.
Just like with anything else, communicate with each other. So,
Mhm.
what you think,
Yeah,
Daria?
Because that patience is key. Because first off, you got to have patience just to be learning.
Yeah, that's
But then
true.
you have to have patience again with the process. So that's a whole nother type of patience. But
Yeah,
then your mindset starts changing the more you're learning. Your mindset changes because when people come on, they're thinking they're instantly, depending on who's getting them in,
yeah,
they're making money hand over fist right off the bat, and it ain't happening. So their mindset is like, y'all got me into this, and this ain't working. And it's like, no, you got to have patience because your mind shifts. It's going to shift.
he's actually helped me read more during this whole process. Like
Mhm.
he's giving me books to say, hey, read this, read that, read this. And I'm talking about like I was learning and I was like, man, for real. And like the way that I used to react to certain things, emotional wise at the beginning, is
Yeah.
We
a
don't know.
lot different than how it is now. Like it's a lot
Mhm.
different. It's a lot different. So like I say, it's the patience, the support of each other, just communicate with each other, and like we all trying to get to we all want the same goal.
Yeah.
We have a
Mhm.
different way to get there. So,
Right. Mhm.
but yeah, what do you say?
What would you say, Millionaire Jones?
Millionaire
Uh,
Jones.
just to piggyback on what she said, having wanting to actually learn. When you want to learn it, um, and having the understanding that if your partner is learning also, two minds are better than one. All right. So what she actually um, has struggles in, I'm actually pretty good at. So we kind of can help each other out with that. I used to have and sometimes I still have an issue with just the discipline part,
Mhm.
just the impatience part, and she helps me out with that. But you know, learning it, together. Well, I pretty much knew some things before she actually came on in. But when she came on in, she was such a student with school already. Once she got it, man, once she got it, then she dove right on into the forex part also. Then she kind of helped me out, so we kind of gelled together to actually make this thing work, man. But we got into this with the understanding of, man, we're gonna learn this, and it's gonna
Mhm.
be with us forever.
Mhm.
And we be talking to some folks right now, man, and we have some people that actually come in. I just got a text a second ago, dude. I gotta talk to you because I've been in this thing 2.5 weeks. I should be further along. I text back, who told you that?
Right. Right.
Yeah, who told you that? Like who
Yeah.
who told you that? Who told you that you should be further along? When she just said that, man, it's still some stuff that we're still learning. We're
Absolutely.
still learning, right? Like we're still learning some stuff. Yeah, we educate, but we're still learning some stuff. And Clarence will tell you, man, I still got a whole lot to just show you. I
Mhm.
still have a whole lot to just show you or just teach you, man. So, man, when you're a couple and when you're doing this, you have to be willing to listen to whatever your partner is saying, listen to it with the understanding of, I want to understand what you saw. Like, let me know exactly what you saw,
Yeah.
because
Exactly.
maybe I didn't see it, but I
Yeah.
Right.
do want to see it.
Yeah.
And,
Mhm.
vice versa.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. And have the patience,
Mm-hmm.
because personalities are different too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you have to, like you said, communicate. Because I know when maybe I shouldn't ask him this right now, because sometimes I'll be like, well, why did you get in it? And he's
Yep.
like, not now, Berna, not now. I'm like, oh, usually I'm babe, but now I'm Berna, so I better leave him alone.
But it was good that we started out together
Yeah.
because as we was watching the videos and going through everything and up till now, it was like certain things that I didn't see that she saw, like you stated, certain things I saw she didn't. And like I said, we had it on a big screen and I'm standing up like I'm in class
Mhm.
and I'm teaching. Well, look, you see how I did this here and we did this here and it didn't go past that line, so and it helps. And like I said, just last week, she taught me something that I wasn't even thinking about. And it was right there in front of my face. I just wasn't seeing it. And then now from that point on, it's like that's one of my things I look for.
Mhm.
So it helps us out great. but it's a fun journey
Yeah.
because this, like you said, this is our end all. This is it. You know what I'm saying? This is it. You know, this is our, and trying to teach our kids and our family for generational wealth. So we got 17 grandkids, 1 great grandchild. So, you know, we're trying to work on them. So, you know, we trying to let them know, hey, it ain't all about college, work 20 years, retire and all that. No, the times is done. This is what's happening, forex.
Yeah. Yeah, we got girls. So we trying to teach them, you know, because the 7-year-old, she's already seen what's going on. Like she's like, yeah, because she bragging on me a little bit. You know, she tell like, oh, my mama do forex, you know. You got a call, or does Jarrell have a call? Does Clarence have a call? Which one is it? Are you are you just listening in this time? You know, and she got on the scanner one time with me, and she was just like, okay, so if you do, so she knows like buy and sell, like she does know that. So I can see her very intriguing. And you know, mommy is like, she can do all things. Like mommy can do everything. You know what I'm saying? So like, I want to know how mommy, you know, does this and do that. So I can see it. And then like the 3-year-old, she know money. Like she know money, you know, money. And that baby, she just gonna follow right in with the other two. So I think that's important, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got grandkids, and man,
that was like one of her granddaughters was on the computer with her, and then she looked at it as a game.
Yeah.
So that intrigued her. It was a game. So she was sitting there looking like, that's going up, right, GT? Yeah.
That's
so
good. Yeah.
You worried about no college and like that when it comes time. They gonna be having accounts already live when they turn 18.
That's
come on
what
with
I'm
that money.
saying. Like, you know, and that's what we get on here every week, and we just all we try to do is educate. You know, and this is one of the things that we have. Like, we're just blessed, and we're fortunate, and I'm blessed to have an amazing man, amazing partner that's like going through this journey. And I think, you know, whether you have somebody or not, and I was just saying this, when I started this process, I was in a very bad place. You know, I had a lot of negativity going on, and all through forex, it led me to getting a better relationship. It found me to other people that were like-minded like myself. Even, you know, found you guys, like just the thing. And I was showing him some goals that I had written down like a year ago, and I was telling Ms. Vernon, like, the whole thing with the this and that, I had this written down like a year ago, just didn't know how I was gonna have it done. So it just, like, I think it's just, couples or not, just, you know, whether you get in with Clarence, whether you get in with anybody, just find somebody who's going to teach you the skill, teach it, not recruit you, not give you signals, teach
the skill,
because it is a skill. And I say college, I don't knock nobody who go, because we need doctors, we need nurses, we need all that good stuff. But I know one thing, I like working smarter, not harder. So, man, the way the world gonna be, my daughter, like I say, the oldest one's 7. When she get ready to graduate from high school or whatever it is, man,
don't know what's gonna be going on.
But you know, she's gonna have that skill that there ain't gonna be no problem.
Gonna be no problem, for real. Do you have any last remarks on Millionaire Jones?
No, I don't, man. Other than this has been fun. That's it.
We glad to have you guys on. We wanted to, you know, bring some interesting things to us. I think a lot of people, like, you know, being a mother and then being a couple, and people thinking that you can't do things together. And you know, we're just here to show, like, hey, we can trade. You can trade together. You can do things, and as long as you have, and like I say, we recognize each other's when we're having a bad day. We know. All right, let me.
Stay out of my way.
I do. That's what he tell me. He said, "Look, give me my computer, my Wi-Fi, and get out of my way."
Stay out of my way, man.
You know what I'm saying? But it's good. You know, we have our space, we have our together time, because we'll be having not a good day, and we'll have our space, and then the trade come, and we both see the same trade, right? In different rooms. He'd be like, "Did you see? Wait a minute, wait." and it'll bring us back together, and it'll be like, so just
Yeah.
understand.
We do the same
And the
thing,
fact
yelling
that
through
y'all
the house.
making money together.
We be yelling through the house in different rooms. Hey, check it out. Look at DJ. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
So
but it
we
works
glad to
good.
have- oh,
Yeah, it works good because, like I said, it's working 2 jobs. I was working 2 jobs and
Mhm.
trying to learn forex, and now we've gotten to the level where she's helped me a lot. That now I'm retired from one of my jobs. It's been a little over a
Yeah.
week now, so I'm able forex helped me to leave that job. So my other job, I'm looking at maybe another 6 months, and I'm gonna be leaving that job.
Man, go ahead, Mr.
That's,
Fine.
And
that's
then I'm
strong.
in my own
That's
business.
strong.
I can got my own bank account with forex. So
That's a testimony for real. Like that's
Yeah.
a real like.
Yeah.
absolutely, and she's gonna be right behind me.
Oh, I know she is.
Right behind me. Right behind me.
She already one job is replace the income from
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
and that's why I don't understand how people think it's like it's not for real. Like how do you
Oh.
not? How do you like? Why do we question these things?
Yeah.
So,
Too many people in it for it to be a pyramid scheme
Yeah.
or somebody just jipping you out your money. Nah, this is real.
Yeah.
Seen
It's
real
real.
dollars from this. So yeah, it's in the way that the economy is shifting right now with everything going digital and stuff like that. It's forex is going to be around. We're all just blessed to be able to do forex
Yes.
because like a lot of people don't know. They hear about forex, but they didn't know back in the day we wouldn't even be able to afford to get in forex to do that.
Yeah.
Now you can get in.
I
And you
told
can-
somebody that. I just told somebody that. I said, man, back in the day, man, you had to have liquid cash for you to even be able to qualify, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so now, people are like, man, I just don't believe it, or this and that. Man, listen, man, you perish because you don't have no vision. Listen, man, but you got to understand and see what's going on. Forex has been around forever, but they just would not allow us to be a part of it. They wouldn't allow us to be a part of it. It wasn't that some of us didn't have no money. It was just that, man, they can't comprehend this. And that's just a slap in the face, of course. But man, it was so like way back then. I want to say, man, well, Christopher Cherry, he was doing classes over the weekend where he was charging, I want to say, was it 10,000 per person for the weekend? Right? Yeah, it was 10,000 a person for the weekend, and he was selling out. He was having over 100 people to show up. He was charging 10,000 a person for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right. One of his friends wanted to come in and them folks say, like, man, your friend ain't he don't have no money. And that made the man feel bad. Like, nah, man, this right here can be a blessing for a lot of people.
Mhm.
And I think then he if I'm not mistaken, if I've heard this story before,
Mhm.
then he started up this company. But man, can
Wow.
you imagine charging $10,000 for the weekend and you selling out?
Yeah.
He did that multiple times. So these folks out here was paying $10,000 for the weekend.
To learn this because they
Yeah.
knew it was some value in it.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah. $10,000 for the weekend. And guess what he was giving them? Support and resistance.
Right. Right.
Yeah, he giving us support and resistance. He ain't told them nothing about, man, wait for this peace sign. And then when you do that, nah, he giving you
Right.
support and resistance. And they
Right.
saying, man, I'm all in. I love it. I
Mhm.
love it. So, but yeah, man. So, man, this right here is a blessing. This right here is an absolute blessing, and it couldn't have came at a better time for me, and for what I was, going through, and for what I was doing. And glad that I had a woman to say, man, I want you to slow down doing what you're doing. We'll get to that some other time. But yeah, man, it's been a blessing.
Yeah, and that
That's
was us as well, and I've listened to quite a few educators since we've been in this for over 2 years now.
Mhm.
And I have not heard one educator that has been shows more clarity and more understanding and forgiving than Clarence and his
Yep.
style, because he like keep it simple. Don't over, think this. You know what I'm saying? And his plan, his his style is so simple, but people got to want to be able to learn.
Yeah.
And they see that and they don't have patience. Well, if you got no patience, it ain't gonna work for you. And he'll
Ain't
tell
gonna
you that
work.
from the start.
Yeah.
If you're not coachable and teachable, don't waste your time, don't waste mine. And that's been game day one.
Day
So
one.
I'm like, you know what? when we do hit that goal, because we all gonna hit that goal.
Oh, we gonna hit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Following Clarence, we gonna hit that goal. And then next thing you know, when he go up there and he be saying his thing, I now have this many millionaires and this many. We gonna sit back and say, yeah. Remember we used to listen to that video?
Yeah.
And he used to say
And
that
we
he
used to
gonna
be
have
like,
that. We gonna be that. We
I'm
gonna be on that list. And then now we
Yeah.
own that list.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We own that list. So
Yeah.
that's the blessing that it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's
Mhm.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt about it. So, and then like you said, teaming up with people and learning and educating and always learning. It's just so good to be able to relate with people that see the same vision that you see.
Yeah.
Because all those
Mhm.
people that you talk to, they don't have that kind of vision. Like you said, they don't have that mindset. But when they do have that mindset and vision, oh man, when they come in and they see it, it's like,
Mhm.
Okay, it's over with.
wrap. It's a wrap. So
It's a wrap.
but it's good to see another couple to get in because we talk to so many different people. Like I was working in a call center. I was telling these people, lunchroom break, telling them about what we do. I mean, I
Yeah.
had a whole table full of women, and they was all like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And only one of them came back and said, yeah, send me some more information. I want to talk to my husband about it, and send them some information. They didn't join, but still there was only one. But some
Yeah.
people just don't see that vision because like you said, they don't have that vision themselves. They don't see that they want it. They don't want to do better. They're just so stuck on that hamster wheel
Yeah.
and keep running on that same thing. They don't want to get into nothing else. They don't want to take that chance. But when the Lord gives you that blessing, you got to take it. You got to run with it.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And Clarence has been one of the biggest blessings in our lives. I know I can speak for Vernon. We like.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
ain't no
Us too.
doubt.
Us
Ain't no
too.
doubt. Man, serious. That's a real story of me hearing about him and catching a flight to Vegas. Not literally, like he told my friend, he said, man, is he serious? Like he gonna fly? And my guy was like, nah, he dead serious. He gonna fly here for real. I'm serious because, man, the person who was talking to me about this, I was just in a business with her, and I want to say she was with I can't even say his name, whatever, but he calls himself the greatest of all time. Let's just say that. Okay. And she was with him, and she showed me that she had made 10 bands in a course of like 2 months. Now, the last company I was with her, she was with me for 4 years. She had never made that. So I said, man, what are you doing? And she was like, man, all I'm doing, I'm just copying this. I said, copying? I said, so you don't know what you're doing. So guess what I did to her? I said, man, what are you doing on a Monday? I talked to her on Saturday. I said, what are you doing on a Monday? I flew to Houston on a Monday to sit down and have lunch with her and some more folks. We were sitting down there, we talking, and she showed it to me. I said, oh my goodness, like, man, you for real. But I knew that you're not the person who I should be talking to. So, man, I want to talk to the person who for real know what's going on. And she said, well, they always talking about this guy named Clarence. I said, who's they? Who's they? Who's they, man? Is the police talking about him? Man, I want to know who is they? Man, just everybody around here, everybody who was in Houston and this and that. I said, man, you was just in Atlanta. Were they talking about him in Atlanta? Yeah, Dave was. I said, really? So when she said that name, that rung bells to me. I said, oh, okay. So where is Clarence now? And he stays in Vegas. I had a friend that was in Vegas. Called him, and then he said, man, are you talking about this? I said, yes, I am. He said, man, Clarence just called me about this last week. I said, so you didn't believe him? He said, man, I gotta be honest with you. No, I didn't. I told him the name of the young lady who just showed me that money, and he said, dude, there's no way she showed you that. I said, yes, way. When he contacted Clarence, he said, man, is your guy for real? Oh, he said, man, yeah, man, he'll see you Friday if you will allow him to come on up. He said, yeah, man, tell the man to come on up. And man, of course, went on up there. Gates opened up. Guest home opened up. I said, oh yeah,
Right.
man, he for real. Yeah, man, he for real. But he wasn't talking about no money. He wasn't flashing no money. He wasn't talking about no
Right.
money. He was talking about some of the same people who I knew, or just what he had went through, or just
Mhm.
man, me and Clarence have had some
So-
in-depth conversations to where
Mhm.
I can say, dude, I know you.
Right.
And then
Right.
I know, man, dude, come on, man. I know you, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
but yeah, but like that 10 cent to a dollar, that
Yeah.
had me. He didn't say, and she didn't even know what she was talking about. Oh, he's been averaging 20 a week. Girl, you don't know what you were talking about. This
Right.
man was averaging blase.
Right.
Yeah. So I said, nah, she don't know what she's talking about. But that 10 cent to a dollar, I said,
Yeah.
oh man, that right there was it for me.
Mhm.
And so many people get it confused. Oh, really, man, 1,000% a day. I said, if 10 cent go to a dollar, what's that? 1,000%. I said, so what are you talking about?
Mhm.
Yeah. So man, what are you talking about, man? So if he says that, so if I take $15 to whatever it is, and that's 1,000%, and oh, now I see what y'all talking about. I said, so yeah, now I don't see why you talking about you grow your account 2% today.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, the
I don't
bank
see
was
why you.
5% of the
Yeah,
year.
I don't see why you telling somebody on Facebook, oh, I grew my account 2% today. Man, get away from me.
Right. 2%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But the whole process is good. It's life changing. It's real. Ain't no fluff because he don't fluff you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Because if
no.
he didn't tell you how much he made and show you his trades live, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
To talk to him and listen to him. Because he ain't got to show all that. You ain't
Yeah.
got to know that. He shows you the skill and it's real.
Yep.
There's the proof right there. You know how much you want to learn it and how much you want to use it and build your money. That 1,000% a day, that's
Yeah.
definitely on you. But this man is taking his time. I always ask, I'm like, he never takes off. It's like he never takes off, time off, nothing, because he's always on a call,
Always working.
always working, always working. And when he do take off, like this year, he say he ain't trading this year. The whole thing is teaching, more teaching, more teaching, more teaching. So for him to bless us with his time,
Yeah.
yeah,
God bless others.
Take advantage of
you
it.
take advantage of people like that,
Yeah.
and not in a bad way, in a good way, because he's passing on his blessings on others,
Man,
just
have
like
you ever
we're
been?
passing our blessings on to others. So
Yeah. Have you
you
ever
know,
been around someone that their goal is $1 million a week?
how you even gonna
Man,
think?
I want like let that right there sink in. Hey,
Yeah.
you have somebody in your call catalog
Mhm.
that's talking about, oh yeah, man, I'll make $1 million Friday. Hold on, what happened?
You hit the lotto?
Yeah,
I ain't saying nothing about no lotto.
What?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make man, I'll making $1 million a week next week, man. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, that's what I do,
That's the kind of
Jarrell.
goals people that you need to be around. Like that's some goals right there.
Yeah, like, and I got some people saying, man, you know what, brother? I'm about to get blessed with that 80K next year. I'm gonna have a bankroll.
You look at money
What?
totally different now.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, like
different.
what? And you know what? $80,000 that is very nice until
Mhm.
you meet somebody who makes 80,000 in 1 month.
Or in a
80
day.
80,000 in 1 month seems like a lot of money. Then you meet somebody who makes 100,000 in 1 week.
Mhm.
But when you're talking to somebody, they say, man, nah, man, nobody's doing that.
Mhm.
Oh, now I see what my dad talking about. I'm just talking to the wrong person.
Right.
We just had a conversation. So yeah, okay, well, you know what? It doesn't register to you.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, okay, cool,
Mhm.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this has been. I was
Good.
excited. It's been good. Yeah. To get you
Yeah.
guys on and and talk about your journey and with your lovely wife, Mr. Ron, and
Oh yeah. Yeah.
she's been a blessing to me. I'm gonna just say she's been a blessing. I think and it's crazy. And I would say this, and I hope we're gonna, end. But we thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we try to get the word out. We just
Yeah.
we wanna.
I look at it as passing them blessings. We passing them blessings on up.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
I think y'all doing a fantastic job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, no, seriously though, like to just take out. I mean, I'm pretty sure both of y'all, ask God to bless you to be a blessing. All right, or put folks in your path to be a blessing to.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how them folks gonna come. You don't know how people are gonna come, man. But when you just put it out there and say, man, just bless me to be a blessing, God got a way of doing that.
Yeah.
See, God's still in the blessing business. I don't care what nobody say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So when you throw that right there out there, and then it don't matter if it's 2 people listening or if it's 200, y'all gonna still laugh. You're gonna still throw out there what's going on. You're gonna show what's going on. That means that you are committed to the commitment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one thing to be committed, but when you committed to the commitment, oh yeah, man, God gonna say, man, listen here. The angels go up there and say, them folks down there serious. Give them another blessing. Yeah, the angels tell it. Yeah, the angels go and tell God, man, I think them folks serious down there. For real? Give them something else. Give them something else. That's how I go.
Yeah.
Right. And to listen to them and listen to these two, when they have it, they be
doing something.
They be laughing, rolling. I'll be like, because I don't get to catch the meetings every once in a while, and they be in here talking. I can hear her in the other room while I'm in the office, and they like all in, and they be going at it. And I'm like, well, y'all is just was y'all really talking about something? Or y'all was just messing around? Because y'all was just out there just laughing and talking.
Yeah.
I
be want to know, is this forex, wine, and conversation?
Right, exactly.
Y'all drinking something on that, man. Like,
we might have to start that. We might have to have
red wine and conversation.
Yeah, I like that.
But like you don't know how people gonna come to your life. And like I say, I learned this from Clarence. He also said I learned this from my personal experience. God removes people to protect you, and He put people in your life to bless you. So like I said, I can give y'all the time and the date in this book I have right here. Like I write everything down, and I have a set of goals that I literally have set out back in early 2019, before the babies, before any of thing.
Right.
I had this written down, and I had been telling him about this, but I just didn't know how to play it out. And come find out, look, a year later, it was a year and a half, but a year later, man, Miss Verna, and then she even said something to me, and then Miss Lori, and then Miss Al. Like, now these people, I don't know from a can of paint, don't know who, nothing. We on totally opposite sides of the map, but I feel like I've been knowing them my whole life, and then the people who I've been knowing my whole life, not all but some, have kind of pushed me to the side because of this. But these people I've met didn't know nothing about, have supported me through this whole thing, and they don't know nothing about me.
Right.
Hey, I told them when all this unnecessary stuff on, like, hey, man, we gonna all get together. We gonna have a good time.
Yes.
Our first trip is to Vegas. Everybody's in Vegas, clearly.
Well, we've been trying to get to New Orleans for the longest.
You can't force a trade, and you can't force no money. You can't force yourself into a trade. All right, you can't force no relationship. You can't force, man. You don't want to force a trade. All right, the only thing that you can force is mail. You can put some. If your mailbox if it's too much in there. For instance, my mama said, "Hey, take this package out here to the mailbox," and I go out there and I say, "Mama, it's too much stuff in there. I can't put it in there." She said, "Son, force it. Force some mail in there. You can't force a trade. Is this right here like this is nonsense? Oh, we right here. Now we up here. Oh, yeah, okay, we down here. Oh, now we up here. Nah, man, we want to see something that's gonna run. I want to see break out of here. Oh, trade.
break out of here, test, trade. I don't want none of this. This is just, man, I didn't get to my daily goal. Let me see what I can do. Nah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Right? Not at all. So, for the most part, on what I just showed you guys, does it somewhat make sense? Cool. Come on with it, my man. That's what we're here for, baby. Well, I mean,
You could, but
I'm just gonna say this, man. I've been a star, man, in that trying to force a trade movie, bro, and it didn't work out for me. So I have it wrote down. I can't force a trade. I can't do it. Even though, I could easily say, man, from here to here, yeah, that's 60 pips. Let me just see this. I would have to see exactly what's going on. So let me go to a lower time frame and let me just see. So look at this right here. You see how this right here is showing you 60 pips from here to there, right? From up top to right there, okay? But check this out. You got up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, when you break out of it, you will have yourself a trade. But look over here. Okay? What you're gonna be saying is, man, I don't know, because guess what? We had a bunch of blockage that was right here. A bunch of just static and nonsense that's sitting right there. So now that 60 pip trade, now you saying, man, from here to here, yeah, 28, man, but I don't know if I like that because of what's going on where?
right there, the past.
What's going on right here in the past. You see how it is right here?
Okay.
I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like it. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm saying, I don't like this. Now I'm saying to myself, man, do I for real want to just, man, what is this from here to here? 9.17. Man, that ain't enough money to put cheese on a waffle. You can't do nothing with that. I mean, it's not gonna happen. So with me going over, please don't write on the screen, but with me going over here and seeing this, okay? And I put that line right here. You see how now, how that line came up, and guess what? Candles hit. Candles hit. Candles hit. Candles hit. Broke through there. Okay. Candles right back to this area. Then it took off some more. But that's what we mean about finding areas in between the areas of your support. That makes sense to you?
Yeah, so it looks like it's just too much accumulation in the past to do anything with or even chance it.
There you go. Man, you know what you're talking about, because anybody else would say accumulation, but you said accumulation. But yeah, you know what you're talking about, man. Absolutely. So, yeah, man. Oh yeah, W right here. Boom. Action. Cool. So, what we're gonna do? Hold on one second. I am gonna pass it over. It's lagging a little bit.
Just small.
Okay, cool.
Clear.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow her to share her screen, because someone has wrote on mine. I don't know who did, but it's neither here nor there. I hope that I gave you guys some value and what you saw made some sense. And if not, we'll just go back and look at it some more. It's okay. But let me just turn this over to her, and you go ahead and knock it on out. I can't see it. Absolutely. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. I'll mute myself. How's everybody doing? Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. So just like you were saying, like just to kind of piggyback off of the what the young man was asking about the accumulation, because anytime that you see accumulation or consolidation or sideways action, you want to be cautious of that area. So you, even though it gave you out 60 pips, you don't know that. Like, you don't know going into the trade that it's going to give you out that many pips, because you get into a trade based off what the scanner is telling you. And if the scanner is saying, hey, I'm going to, from here to here, it's a possibility it can go 30 pips, 25 pips average or whatever. So if it does go 60 pips, that's great. But of course you have to understand that in order for you to really take a trade successfully, you have to have your confirmations. Like, you have to have those confirmations. You have to go by the checklist. So if you don't have the checklist things, even though it gave out 60 pips, you have to understand, like, every trade doesn't mean, just because it gave out 60 pips doesn't mean it's a great trade. Like, and that's the things I had to understand, is just because it's giving out pips, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a great trade to get in, because prior to that, like he was showing you the accumulation on that area. So if you looked at it before, you're going to be cautious to get in that trade, because now you're going to be like, ooh, I don't know if I should get in this trade or not. Like, and it just so happened to get you to 60 pips, right? But that's an exception to the rule. So what you want to do is, instead of having to go back to your phone, because now you're looking at your phone like every 15 minutes, you're looking, trying to see which each candle is going to do. And to me, that is complete insanity, that you have to look at your phone, because you're trying to figure out if it comes down to this area, depending on your lot size, if it's going to go the other way, or if it's going to pause, or if it's now if it stays there. And that's the other thing, you hop into a trade, it'll stay there, it'll come to an area, and you be like, oh, I'm gonna stay in, and it stays at that area for 2 hours. Now you can't place another trade, or if you place another trade, you're gonna blow your account, or it's gonna close you out, because everybody knows that if you got Hugo's way, if you get down to a certain number, it automatically just shuts you out. We know that. So that's the only thing. That's why he's saying, hey, you want to make sure we have complete runs. You want to have runs. You don't want to have nothing coming in your way. That's why Billionaire always says we want to make sure we have peace when we trade. Meaning, I want to interlock my fingers, put them behind my head, and lean back. And that's what you want to do when you trade. You want to place a trade, sit back. I want to sit back like this. And when I trade, this is how I sit back and look, because I know that if I place a trade like that, I can sit back and just watch the candles. I'm watching. I don't want to be doing this. Oh man, I don't want to be sitting at my phone nervous about what I'm going to do. So that's very important when we talk about accumulation and talk about areas, support and resistance. So that's the reason why support and resistance is so important to understand. So we're going to look at USD CAD. This is one of my favorite pairs to trade. I love it. It can go so slow, but it also can go fast. It's a safe trade. It's a safe pair. I like safety. I like parachutes. I like to be safe. So I want to make sure that, and this pair was very good for me when I was working every day, just because of how it moved, and it'll accumulate for hours, sometimes, a day or two. If anybody trade USD CAD, they do know that. But once it breaks out of that accumulation, it's gonna give you money, like no doubt. You may wait 2 days to get 50 or 60 pips, but that's okay depending on what your goal is. So let's look at USD CAD. I am on the hour chart. So I've taken away my scanner, I've taken away the pattern, and I'm actually gonna look at it. So once I zoom out, you guys can clearly see that we have a downtrend with a lot of accumulation in between those trades. And so one thing about USD CAD, it follows market structure pretty well, and you can really mark it up really good. So I like to go to the hour time frame to actually look and see what's the bigger picture, because we want to see the overall, the overall picture, right? So 4 hour is going to actually give you what you need. And he went to the 4. So look, we're on the 4 hour time frame. You guys can see this. Like, it's clear as day. It started selling, came back up, came to a certain area, and I'm gonna put a horizontal line up here. And this is just, and I was talking about the 4 hour time frame from in the higher time frame on my Thursday call, because a lot of times you have to figure out what kind of trader you are. So if you are trying to accomplish bigger goals, if you're trying to get if you have to hold trades, if you have to do pending orders, those things, because of your work schedule or however that you can trade, you have to just figure out what's best for you. So once you go to the higher time frame, you're seeing that it's going in a downtrend. Like, it clearly is coming down. So I'm knowing the overall picture is a downtrend. Now, not to say it can give you buys with the scanner, because what the scanner does, it causes reversals. So even though it's a downtrend, in between those, it can give you some buys here and there. Give me 1 second, you guys. Hold on 1 second. All right. So it's giving you those reversals in between. So higher time frame, it's telling me it's downtrend. The scanner is calling for a buy. So let me see. I want to mark it up. I want to see what's going on, because it could be possible a buy, or it could have a continuation. So what we want to do is we want to just see how, what is it going to do. So if you are somebody asked a question last week, if your candles have come to an area that it has never been before, what do you do? And you always go to the higher time frame. If you're on the 4 hour time frame and you don't see an area that it's come to, you go to another higher one, because it's going to be able to show you something. So I'm going to the daily time frame, and I see that I have candle stoppage right here. So we do know that we have an area past our stop loss that could possibly give us a continuation. We see that it stopped right here, and it broke through just a tad right here. So let me go back and let me just scroll over. I'm gonna make this line. Let's see, I'm gonna